Hi there, I'm Rod Bergeron, and welcome back to another quick and easy watercolor painting. I got a 3/4 inch brush. I'm working on a 140-pound piece of Canson watercolor paper, and I've wet the top 2/3 here. And we're looking for a bit of a fall-like kind of a sky, and I'm going to put in some blue streaks like that. I'm not going to do too much more than that to it. I'm going to rinse this brush off, and I'm going to pick up some red because it's quite fall here right now. So we're going to put a little bit of color into this painting, and we're just going to put a little bit of red like that and just allow this to bleed to wherever it is it's going to go to. Okay, we're going to rinse this brush off, and I have some yellow here. I'm going to pick up some yellow. We're going to put a little bit of yellow in a few places, and then we're going to take some yellow and we're going to touch it to that red. Okay, and again, we're going to allow that to bleed to wherever it is it's going to go to. We're not going to try to augment it too much. I'm going to take this brush though, and I'm going to put it into the yellow paint. So I'm not picking up any more water. I'm just picking up some more pigment. Okay, just like that. Touch it a couple times. I'm going to rinse it out, and I'm going to take this brush and I'm going to put it into my red paint. I'm not going to put it into the wash. So I'm trying to pick up some more intense color. Okay, pick up a little bit more and pick up a little bit more. And again, we're going to allow this to just bleed off to wherever it is it's going to bleed off to. We're going to try to not augment it too much. We're going to put a little bit of foreground in across here, and we're going to do that with some yellow ochre. So I'm going to put this yellow ochre. I'm not going to touch that previous paint that's there, not right now anyways. I'm going to bring the yellow ochre sort of swooping back in this direction. Okay, I'll pick up the paint a little bit more intensely. Tap the brush on there, just let it do whatever it is that yellow ochre is going to do. And I'm going to put this right into my sienna. Pick up a little bit of sienna here, across there. I'm going to pick up a little bit more sienna, and I'm going to put this sienna into this paint right here. Now that's bleeding off into there a little bit more than I want it to be, and that's okay. I'm going to take this roll of tape and I'm going to set it under my board, and that's going to allow this paint to run back down this way. Okay, so don't worry about it too much right now. It's perfectly fine the way that it is. Okay, I'm going to scribe into this a little bit, and I'm going to do it with my #1 watercolor brush, and I've just taken a utility knife and sharpened the one end of it. Now, this painting is suffering from not having too much darkness in it right now. So I'm going to take this brush. I'm not going to rinse it out or anything again. It still has that sienna on it, and I'm going to touch it to my Payne's gray. And I'm going to put a little bit of Payne's gray just in the bottom of a few of these clumps of trees there. Okay, and I'm just going to keep putting it in there. I'm going to take my paintbrush, and I'm just going to scribe some lines out of that Payne's gray. And we're going to create some tree branches here. Again, we're going to do the same thing here. Wherever it is that you think you need some tree branches. Okay, and we're going to allow that to all just bleed down here. I'm going to take this brush, I'm going to put it back into my sienna. I'm going to create a couple of clumps across here like that. And I'm just going to scribe a few lines out of there to create myself some brush. See how that paint is all started to bleed back down in this direction? We got some interesting yellow going across there. That's all pretty cool looking. Okay, so all of this section across here is all going to be water. Okay, so we're going to put blue across there, and we're going to allow that to run back this way. So we're going to make one brush stroke, and then we're going to make it swoop back this way. And what should happen is this color should bleed down into the blue. All right, I'm going to take my brush, rinse it off really, really well, pick up a whole bunch of fairly intense blue. Okay, and again, one line, it's going to swoop from here back over to here and back. Okay? All right, here we go. Just like that. That's not too bad at all. I'm gonna pick up a little bit more blue. Just gonna put a little bit more blue right across there. Maybe bring this right back like this. All right, that's not too bad. A little bit too intense across there, I think. So I'm just gonna touch that with my brush. Or am I? I think I might just leave that actually. It's looking pretty neat. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave that. So you have to sort of make decisions on the spur of the moment. And I still have my board tipped up here. I'm gonna take this brush and I'm gonna pick up a whole bunch of yellow paint. We're gonna put some yellow into some areas here. And again, just let that all bleed off to wherever it's gonna go to. I'm gonna take my tape out of there now and I'm gonna lay my board back down flat. I'm gonna grab my little bag of salt here and put some salt across the top where the trees are. And put a little bit of salt across the bottom here like that. Wherever you want some visual interest to be. All right, now we need to just let this dry and see what happens. It's been about 2 hours and it's still pretty wet. So I'm gonna put the hairdryer to it. All right, let's have a look at this. Look at what this salt has done here. That's just fabulous. And what the salt has done here. A little bit of salt across here. That's turned out very, very interesting. And if you remember, just before I stopped adding color, I added some big blotches of yellow in there. And you can see what those colors have done, the color mixing on the page that we didn't have to do any work for. This little bit of a white line that I left in here, that's really working out for us today really well. And then when I put the blue in, the blue ran up into the red ran down into the blue, gave us all this purple here. I mean, we didn't add any purple to any of this. So let's see what happens when we put our mat on there. Bam, yeah, that turned out pretty cool. I like it. If you found any value in this artwork or any of the other things that I do, I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel. I love to keep making videos, and I really just want to know that people are out there liking what it is that I'm doing. And if you're currently a subscriber, thank you very much. And if you would drop me a comment and let me know where you're from, I'd appreciate that too. Thanks a lot for watching today, and we'll see you again next time. Have an awesome day.